Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm actually going to do an eyebrow tutorial. I'm going to be doing it with the Anastasia Beverly Hills. So I actually used to do it with the CoverGirl Easy Breezy Fill and Define pencil crayon. It's really tiny, as you can tell, because I actually do use a lot of it. These are not that expensive. Reason why I love using a pencil is because I can really define those brow hairs and they look more realistic. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do the combination of both. What's crazy is this is black and this is dark brown. Reason why is because the brown, I'll show you right now because it's brand new. I haven't used it. You see the color of this brown? It's just like it just doesn't match with my brows. And then when I use the black one, it tends to blend in a little bit better and it looks exactly like the color of my brows, which my brows are dark brown because I have dark brown hair and then it lightens up. Into this tutorial real quick. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't used a pomade in a long time. So I'm kind of just gonna go with the flow with you guys like I always do with my brows. Now, I was using a Zoeva brow line. I can't see the number because it's already faded out. I've had these brushes for so long. If you see my last tutorial, I already said it, but I do love these brushes. See the tip? See the way it's angled? It's like an angled brush. I love the way it really defines that underline. So that helps a lot. You can also use a flat brush like this, but normally I prefer to just use the angled brush, and I like to get a different angled brush as well. Something like this, you see? And then this actually, I use the tip to feather out my hairs. So let's get into this. So as you see, I already did my face makeup. I usually do my brows first, so it took a lot for you guys to not have my brows done before video. But let's go ahead and get into this. So I like to follow the underline first just because it'll show, like, I like to give myself a guide. And I start from the bottom just because the bottom is really where you end up shaping the brow. Personally, that's how I feel. The top is where I also look a little more fuller. And mind you, I haven't even done my hair. I mean, my eyebrows. But that's where I usually look a little more fuller. And it's a lot easier to fix that area up. But the bottom is more important to me. So I'm going to start from the inner. And then usually a good guide is pretty much where your nose line is. Okay. Personally, I think it's how you feel, how you like your brows done. I prefer them to come a little more in. I had my eyebrows done a long time ago professionally, and the lady ruined my beautiful full brows. So now you can either curve it up or you can curve it down. As you see, I kind of shape my brows a little more up because I like to lift my eyes. And then I'm just kind of going in with that whatever is left over on that brush, and I'm just feathering it up. Kind of getting that underline and feathering it up. You see, it's already starting to look fuller right over here. And I have more of a bald spot right here, but we'll get into that. So just kind of feather it up. Remember, anything you mess up on, you're going to go back in it with concealer. So it's not a big deal. Like I've said before, you know, when you do makeup, there's nothing wrong with cleaning up your area. I don't know why so many people hide that part of makeup. Like, nobody's perfect. And we all make mistakes. And just like a pencil with a dry eraser, just like a pencil with an eraser at the end, you all have to go back and, you know, clean up whatever mistakes we make. You know, eventually after practice and practice and practice, we get to the point where we don't even need an eraser anymore, you know? But it takes mistakes to get there. So if you see, now I'm going to touch up that main bald spot. And I have to really deepen up that color because if you see, when I do one swipe only, it came out really light. Like I said, I like more of a natural looking brow. So that's why when I come in the inner corner, it's me feathering it up. I don't want to just get more pomade and put it there. And all depending how I feel, like I said, I might use the brow pencil just to give it more of that feathered look. And then we're just working our ways to the front. See, I feel like it's... I mean, I just know if I would have got black, it would have been way too dark. And if you see, I don't like how thick my brow looks up top. But again, we're going to clean it up. So I'm kind of just working with you guys. Kind of like a beginner with the pomade. Now you see this bottom part right here, this bottom line we already put. We're going to use the angle of that brush. And we're going to feather it up. Okay? Kind of giving it that natural vibe. Just kidding, that natural look. Just feather up with the corner. Like I said, it's okay if it gets messy. We're going to clean it up. And see, it's way too thick for my own liking. So now I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. 16-hour concealer. I'm going to put a little bit right here. Just because I'm going in with a brush. And now with the angled brow line brush, I'm going to dab that a little bit onto the concealer. And now I'm going to line my eyebrows exactly how I want them. And clean them up. Sorry, you know my kids become barging in. So if you hear any background, you know what it is. Alright, so... Okay... That's why I need double mirrors, because if I don't have 2 mirrors, I am a hot mess. And this is also why I like to do my brows first, because now I'm touching the contour part of my nose with concealer, because I'm a wreck, and you guys will learn that about me. So now I'm actually going to go in with a clean brush. I'm going to go in with my concealer brush instead. And I'm going to dab that in and blend it down onto my eyelid. And then clean this little area right here with it. Just very lightly. And then I don't know what happened to my brow brush. So I'm using the old Revlon Color Stay pencil because it has the brush to the end. And I'm just brushing the way I want the hairs to go. Now I'm going to go back in and I'm going to finish that the outer line. And clean that up. See, I don't mind the pomade because it's so pigmented and it really gives it that filled eyebrow. But personally, I'm not too crazy with it. I actually prefer a pencil. I mean, it's great for those that, you know, make mistakes on their brows and they have like need to really fill in your eyebrows, which I understand because I've been there before. I used to have just a line for an eyebrow, so I 100% understand. And there you go, see? And then now you see the line down here is a little darker, so we're gonna now get the brush and feather that up as well and really blend that in. Give it that faded look. There you go, perfect faded look. Like I said, you guys just have to keep practicing. You'll get the way you really like your brows. I've changed my brow shape so many times. I still do to this day because there's other ways that I prefer it. And I realize, wow, this really brings the shape of my eyes more or my face more. So I usually, every now and then, I'll change it, especially depending on the makeup look. Alright, so we got one eyebrow done. I'm going with a more natural look today. I'm gonna actually end up stepping out the house. So I figured I'd do this video for you guys before I go. And if you see, I don't have it too far out. Like I said, depending on my makeup look, I will bring it all the way out. So, yeah. So let's go ahead and get the other one going. This is the hard part, is matching them. Matching your brows, girl. Especially since one's always completely off. So again, with the bottom. Alright, so let's see. So I got the thick part of it, right? Yes. And if you see, I actually made this line very dark. I really dipped it into that pomade, but it's alright. You gotta keep a very light hand. I'm gonna show you guys. So pretty much when you hold your brushes, especially when you're blending, I'll do a brush tutorial for you guys, like my tips and tricks on blending and everything with certain brushes. But if you hold your brush at the end, it's more of a lighter hand. The more up you go, the more firm you're gonna be on your skin or your brows. So I like to hold it right in the middle because I have a little bit of strength to it, but I'm also giving it being really light. I'm really rough with everything, so this is just what works for me. Back to the top. I don't know why I started touching up the bottom. Back to the top. We're going to continue that line. Stop right there. And then remember the corner of the brush and just flicker up. And I think I'm going to go back in with the concealer and just thin it out a little bit more. I'm not really a fan of how thick it looks. I like a little bit thinner brows. There we go. I just feel like it's a better shape for me. It's always good to keep a towel with a little bit of alcohol on it and you can just dab the brush in there. Especially even with makeup looks. That's usually how I spot clean my brushes so I could change within colors. But just because I don't want to go back in now and then get eyebrow pomade on me. So now with the leftover concealer, just gonna grab that with the brush again, the brow line brush, and clean your area up. Alright. So let me finish up here. You see, now I'm dabbing it in just to blend it. That way I'm not just giving it streaks and taking off makeup. Since, like I said, I already did my face makeup. And then I think I pretty even on how I want it. Yeah. And then you can grab a little bit of highlighter and just kind of highlight that brow bone. Alright, you guys, so that is the finished look. Okay, remember, you can always go back in and kind of touch it up a little bit. I like more of a natural brow, so I like the beginning to be a little faded in. But yeah. And then sometimes I like to go in with the pencil and just give it streaks of hair, and it even looks even more realistic. And then I'm going to clean this area right here because I like it. And I clean this area right there with as an angle. If you see how I place the brush, I angle it up because I don't want it to touch my line. I just want it to look more natural. Oh. Girl, this postpartum has my hair going nuts. But then I like to brush this part up because I always have that as a bald spot and you can't really see the line of my brow. My pomade that way. Yeah, I think I am satisfied. You can always get eyebrow stencils as well. That helped me out in the beginning. After a while with the eyebrow stencils, using them so many times, I actually learned the shape of my brows and the way I prefer them. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me if you prefer the pomade or the pencil. Also, give your girl some love on Instagram. I'll go ahead and put it on the screen. You already know. And I'll also link it down in the description below. I'll link my products down in the description below as well. If you guys want me to do a tutorial on a pencil brow, on eyebrows for a pencil, using a pencil, just let me know. I can do that as well. But yeah, so this is my brow routine. I hope you all like it. And I'll see you on my next video.